Hello, hello, it's Ken with Flowtricks. Good to see you all again. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. Last week I did just 2 very simple combat tutorials. I was swamped. I spent most of the time last week working on the database. Gosh, man, there's so many great things about the website and the mobile app, and I'm trying not to talk about it too much because I just want to release it. I'm like a one-man army right now, though, so I have big ideas and I need a team to do it, but I'm doing it alone. So just be patient, it's all coming. So I have a couple of questions that I'd like to answer. Two people, Raymond Rodriguez as well as Charles Alad, were both asking about good Sunwave and Moonwave variations. You have your hands underneath the chuck and they're kind of below where the tabs are, so like right at the end of the chuck, right when the rope begins. If you need help learning how to do it, just make sure one hand is slightly in front of the other. Now I'm kind of over exaggerating it, like I'm pushing it forward. That's kind of sagittal, but that's just so they don't crash into each other, because if they're in the same space, of course, when I let go, they'll drop into each other. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take one hand and slightly push it forward, and then we're just gonna open up all of our hands like so, and it should just drop the chucks, right? So make sure they drop and see if you can get them to cross like this. Thumbs are too tight, obviously they're not gonna cross. So make sure you have your thumbs in just enough to where there is enough slack for them to cross. So again, hands here, one hand slightly in front of the other like so. This will allow them to cross past each other. And then let them cross like this. So as they cross, the moment they cross here, lift your hands up and just try to grab it like so. So the moment you start seeing that these are crossing, you're gonna lift up and close your hands. This will lock the Moonwave. In one fell swoop, it's really quite simply like that. As you can see, I kind of like give it a little bit of a push. It's not necessary, it just helps. So this is a Moonwave. Now a Sunwave is the opposite. It uses your pointer fingers instead of your thumbs. Since I'm using my pointer fingers, how do we lock it is I just twist So basically my pointer fingers are on top, and then I twist until they're pointing down, just like my thumbs would be down here. Once we do that, I slightly move one hand in front of the other. I'm gonna over exaggerate so you can see. Like that, but just a little bit, just enough so they cross and they won't hit each other. And then the trick is you push your hands down. You're going to open up all your fingers except for your pointer fingers, and they'll cross like this. And then you lift your hands up. So get them to cross just like the Moonwave. And then the moment they cross, lift your hands up, and then use these open fingers almost like claws that just grab inward. Basically, we lock in a Sunwave like this. We push up, right? We can actually open up our fingers right now because the chucks are sitting right on top of your fingers, so they're not going to fall. So we can lock a Sunwave, tilt it up, and then what we're going to do is we're going to push it up, and what opens up the Sunwave is the backwards pull. So it's really not going to open until we pull backwards. So basically, it's locked. We move into a position, but to really get it to open up, it's like almost like a sharp pulling sensation, almost like when you snap a whip, how you have that moment where it just kind of hits into nothingness and then it pulls backwards. So if I was to do it sideways, it's kind of the same thing. It's like it's going smoothly and then boom. We're gonna push it up, but what's really gonna open it up is this pop that happens right there. So here we pop it up. Now that's half of it. How do you get to the Moonwave though? The Moonwave is really easy to get to from here. We pop it up, and as soon as our hands catch it, we just shift our thumbs outward to finish it right there. So I think I'm gonna get on my knees just so you can see it a little easier. Pop up, and then as soon as it starts to fall down, you basically just get your thumbs out underneath the tabs. All at once it'll be, but when we go from Moonwave to Sunwave, it comes from the bottom to the top. So the way this works is kind of the same thing, except for we have to give it a little bit of a harder upward pull. So see if you can kind of do a Moonwave, but really give it a nice sharp, like if you had a basketball and you really wanted to bounce it hard, just a nice good paddle, I don't know. Here, right? Get it to here, and then very quickly, see if you can get your pointer fingers underneath, above the tabs, here. So, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna lock the Moonwave, right? And then the reason why we lock it is so while it unlocks, we generate all the force to get it by the pointer finger like this. So here, lock, push down. Here, lock, push down. And then as soon as it clears the Moonwave, we just push our pointer fingers through. It's really not terribly hard, but there is a little bit more timing that's involved with that. So here, and then we can go backwards.